have the most beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, any other adjectives I don't know, I can't think of, Akanksha Porwal with me.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
That's because you're going to be doing my tarot reading and I don't want
Yeah.
to take any risks.
You need all the good answers.
I need to give you as many compliments as possible. I love what you're wearing. Firstly, let's start off with that. I will not let you
Oh my
speak. I'll just keep complimenting you till
Wait,
we
but
start.
honestly, do you want like good answers or do you want like honest answers? Do you want like
It's-
the tea or do you want just like
I don't know.
me to be all like love, light, rainbows?
No,
you're
no,
gonna
no, no,
meet the
no.
love of your life
No,
next
no, no.
month.
No,
You're
none
gonna
of
be
that,
a
none of
billionaire
that.
next year.
I mean, that will be appreciated. But let's go for like the honest to God truth.
Yeah,
So,
right?
so the thing is, on this show, I do tarot reading as well, which is
Wait,
something I
actually?
didn't tell you. Yeah.
No, wait, actually,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That is pretty cool. I obviously I won't do your reading.
Why not? I
That
feel
we'll
like it
figure
should
out
be like
later
a-
on. But then, okay, let's do a give
like
and
a-
take later on.
Yeah.
But
like
for
a
now,
tarot
we'll start
face-off.
with For
Yeah.
now, we'll start off with you since we've got this beautiful setup over
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
You actually came through with it. Thank you so much. So
So silly with Stuvi is about to turn into spiritual with Stuvi.
yeah,
And
wow.
I'm about to take his spot because unfortunately I'm sitting in the south right now, which is like the direction of Mars. And I like west more because that's
so you're doing
the-
this because you like it.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll
Okay,
explain
tell me,
why.
explain
okay.
it to me.
Okay. So west is the direction of Saturn. And so
Okay.
like you can see one of my tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
It's my planet. I
Okay.
was born on the 26th. My name calculates to number 8. 26
Alright.
calculates to number 8. 26/03/1995 calculates to number 8. It's the number of Saturn. And in Vedic astrology, I'm a Capricorn. Like in Western astrology, I'm an Aries.
Okay.
But in Vedic astrology, I'm a Capricorn, which is also Saturn's sign. So it's basically my planet.
So
And
basically, anywhere you go, you're like, I want to sit on the west. You make people
that-
move.
Yes, exactly.
So how did you even know this? You like put your phone down, you saw
Yeah,
where
I
we're
literally, I
seated.
was like, Ali, hold up a second. He was like, you need to sit here. I was like, no, wait. Let me pull up my compass.
This feels wrong.
Yeah, I was like, let me pull up my compass. And
Okay.
even intuitively, the minute I like walked into the room, I grabbed this chair first.
Yeah,
right?
you were actually
And
walking
you were
in
like,
this direction.
that's my spot.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
I mean, that's cool. It's pretty cool that you could tell which is
Yeah.
north, south. So next time if I'm ever lost, and if you're around, we know.
Yeah.
We
I can
know
be
that
a
we're going to start
compass.
walking towards the west at least. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
switch seats.
Let's do it.
And let's start after that. Did you
It'll
like
be
sitting there or
interesting
did you
though.
like sitting
Oh,
here?
it's a vibe already. I have the healing hand behind me.
Yeah, what does that do? Can you explain it to me?
See, honestly, I don't know too much about it, but I just know that it's supposed to represent like good healing energies. And it's like supposed
So-
to be the hand of this like feminine Nordic goddess. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's what it represents.
That's nice.
Good healing vibes. which
Because
is-
I read that you should never buy it for yourself. You should gift it to somebody.
I
this
don't know
thing.
why there's this misconception even about like tarot decks. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people tell me that you shouldn't buy your own tarot decks. And,
That's
you
what
know,
even I've heard. That it should
somebody
always
should
be
gift
gifted
them.
to you. It should come your way. You shouldn't be like seeking it.
I feel like it should come your way in the sense that you should feel called to it intuitively, like deep within. And you shouldn't just do it because you saw someone on Instagram do it and you thought that was like cute.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it means when it says that
It should
like,
call
it should
you.
call to you. Not like
Okay.
literally, oh, somebody needs to gift it to you. Because I mean, I buy my own tarot decks all the time. And
Because what I heard from like some people is that you should always.
yeah, exactly.
It should be gifted to you.
And I've heard this about like crystals and like a lot of spiritual things, but I'm like, no, because if I go to a crystal store, what it means is like whatever crystal I get gravitated towards.
Whatever gets your
Yeah,
attention.
exactly. That's what the calling part of it is. Not that someone needs to necessarily gift it to you.
Yeah.
What if you don't have any friends? What if you have
That's
nobody
true.
to like gift it to you? What are you gonna do? Like just not be spiritual all your life?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, you can't just like, put your life on hold for all that. So yeah. Okay, let's get started.
Yes.
So, do you have any questions in mind? Like some situation, some event, something that you're like contemplating, thinking about, you want answers for? Floor is yours. Go for it. This
Okay,
is,
so wait, how does this work? How does
So-
it? Am I supposed to come with questions? You give me answers, or do you just like tell me that this is going on and you should probably do this or step away from it?
Okay, so honestly, I do it both ways. Basically, how I do tarot readings is that I connect with your spirit guides.
Okay.
And what I am is a clairaudient. So when I'm shuffling cards, for example, you come to me and you get a sorry, you get like a certain combination of 3 cards, right?
Okay.
And then another person comes to me and they have the same exact combination too. So does that mean that your destinies are the same? No,
No.
it doesn't, because
Yeah.
the messages that I'll hear will be like so unique and so different. And I mean, like AYCS was such a good example
Yeah.
of this, because like 3 days back to back, I read for so many amazing, creative, like young,
Yeah.
and even old people, like people who are like older than my parents, honestly. And it was just such a magical experience, because
Yeah.
it's like they don't even know me, they don't even know my first name. Same goes both ways. And we are like 5 minutes in, we're like having the deepest conversations about like love, loss, and heartbreak, and like creativity, and like, you know, the fears that
Yeah.
they're like
Whatever they are
going
afraid
through.
of, yeah.
Yeah. So it gets deep for sure. So we can do it like, we can keep it open-ended. I'll just shuffle cards.
Yeah, let's do it
and then,
open-ended,
yeah.
and then after, if I
And then whatever
want to
pops
deep
up.
dive into something, let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
I
Cool.
think that sounds more fun.
Yeah. So, before, as I shuffle the cards, what we'll do is take 3 deep breaths together.
Okay.
Okay? And it needs to be like, with your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah? Like intentional.
Okay.
Make it intentional.
All right.
Do you meditate at all? Have you ever meditated? Never?
Not really.
Yeah, so let's just think of it like you're taking a really long drag of a joint or something and just be like super
Okay,
slow.
okay, we just like take a deep breath.
Feel it. Feel
You
it in your
feel
lungs.
it in your lungs.
Yes.
All right,
okay.
perfect.
We'll do it together.
Yeah.
3 times.
We do it before we start or while you're like shuffling?
While I'm shuffling. Yeah.
All right.
1,
You tell me when to start.
2, 3, go. Do you see that one card has already popped out, by the way?
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah. So a lot of tarot readers do this thing where they'll spread out the deck and they'll ask you to pick. But honestly, I don't subscribe to that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not throwing any shade to any tarot readers who do that. But for me, I let the cards just pop out on their own, because they literally have a life of their own. They're so opinionated.
Okay, so
and
they just like pop out.
yeah, they literally, like, you can see,
Yeah, I can
right?
see, like, two
Yeah,
of them
okay,
are
We
there.
have 2 more breaths to go.
Okay.
1 more. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, we're getting in touch with you for some advice for Stuvi. What's going on? What's happening?
I think I'm
What's
just so
coming
curious
your
as to how is
way?
not one card falling out. And how is it only one at a time? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, I think they've given me 3 cards, so they want to start with these.
Okay.
I wonder what this. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so
Okay,
let
tell
me
me.
just first things first tell you. This deck is completely random. Okay, like I've
Okay.
not set it in any way, because every
Yeah.
time I shuffle cards, they're like
It's-
falling everywhere. But all the cards have fallen upright in your direction. Do you see that?
Yeah.
They're all fallen upright. They could have fallen
Correct.
reversed. So number one, the fact that all the cards have fallen upright is a very, very good sign.
Okay.
Your first card is the Two of Cups, and you see the imagery on it. It's like 2 divine beings intertwined with each other. They're holding a cup, you know,
Okay.
and sharing a glass of wine. It's like an intimate moment. I know it looks very sexy, but basically, Two of Cups is like, cups represents your emotions and like your creativity and like your sexual energy and all those things. So a lot of times people confuse sexual energy for just like being horny.
Yeah.
And it's really not that, guys. Your sex chakra is where
Okay.
you also hold all your creative energy. So whenever the Two of Cups comes up upright in a person's reading, it talks about someone who is following their dreams, who is following their passions, who are like,
Okay.
who's like, you know, holding steadfast in the face of any adversity and just going like on
Going
go
at it.
mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the main thing that this card talks about is that you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Do you see
Okay.
the vibe between the two people?
Yeah,
It's
with
like
their
made
arms
for
like-
each
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah.
So this card, I mean, it could have been the Lovers card or something like
Yeah.
that, but no, with the Two of Cups, it's like a creative match made in heaven. So whatever
Okay, that's
you're doing
perfect.
right now in life is blessed. It's divinely guided. You were put on this earth to do this, and yeah, it's amazing. And as we were talking about,
Can we like show the card to that camera
Yeah,
first so
sure.
that it's being seen?
yeah,
right?
that's why I
Yeah,
purposely
perfect.
was like,
That-
yeah.
Can you make the mic lower, like her mic, just
Slightly
push it,
lower?
push it,
Yep.
Yeah, lower.
Good.
Yeah, and if you can point it up, that would be great. Great.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And Cindy, just take your cup and put it beside hers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ठीक है.
Great. Amazing.
So Ali is so like affirming, by the way.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's here. He's controlling
just, like,
all of
so
this.
cute. Like he's just so affirmative. Like
Yeah.
since
He knows
I've-
exactly what he wants.
Yeah,
That's the
like-
best part.
I mean, it's not even about that, but he's
Yeah.
just like so encouraging. Like
Yeah.
he's just since I walked in, he's like, I don't know, like the vibe is just so nice. Like he has that healer aura, you know. He's
That
very
is true.
cool, calm, collected, and he'll like direct you in such a patient manner, and he'll just be like, great, that's so nice. Like
He's
so
a teacher.
affirming. Yeah, I love it.
Shout out Ali. Shout out.
Shout out to Ali. Yeah, I love it. So your next card is the Chariot.
Okay.
In tarot, there are two types of cards. One is the
Okay.
minor arcana and one is the major arcana.
Okay.
Major arcana show up in a reading very rarely.
Okay.
And whenever they show up, they talk about something very significant or some sort of like a very significant transformation or like event or something big, right?
Yeah.
We were just talking about going at it, and do you see the imagery on the card? He's literally
like losing it
riding-
on that chariot, yeah.
He's literally riding the chariot. The mountains are like in the hindsight, so the mountains basically represent obstacles, and he's
Okay.
literally riding towards the sun, and the sun represents like your happiest ending, like
Okay.
happy outcome. So I feel like you are in go mode right now. You're doing what you're meant to do. And with the chariot, I feel like you're going to get some big opportunities very, very soon. And you're just going to be
Let's
like,
hope. Yeah.
yeah, it's coming
So
your
this is
way
the
for sure.
major card is what you meant.
Arcana.
Yeah.
This is the major arcana.
Okay.
So I feel like you have some massive opportunities definitely coming your way. And, you know, I can, even when I speak to you, I feel like you just have that energy and that aura that you're like a cool, calm, collected kind of a creative person. Like you won't talk too much shit. You won't talk too much game. Like
Yeah.
you seem like the kind of person who's just like, okay, focus on my art. Even though I make it look so effortless or make it look casual or whatever, but everything is very like
Calculated.
Everything
Yeah.
is like down to the details. And I feel like your spirit guides are definitely,
They're happy with it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's the vibe.
That's good to know.
That's the vibe. With the Four of Cups coming up as your
Okay.
final card. Now, these two cards were very happy, right?
Yeah.
This is where my tarot deck gets a little real with you.
Okay.
So with the Four of Cups coming up, you can see how she's literally surrounded by all these cups.
Correct.
But there's this one shiny
That's floating above.
cup,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And this basically talks about being in a little bit of like a bratty and like a petty energy where you have all these cups, all these opportunities, everything going your way, you know, you're living your best life, you're living the dream, you're doing the things you never thought that you would actually do. But we're still not being grateful enough. We're so busy chasing that we're not taking the time to be like, I actually did that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, thank you, universe, you know?
Okay.
So, yeah, your spirit guides are saying that let's just take a little bit of time to acknowledge how far we've come and instill a little more gratitude in our lives and not let the petty grievances and, you know, if something was supposed to be like a 100 on 100 and it turns out to be like a 90 on 100 and then we, you know, obsess over that all day.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Yeah, that's the vibe.
That's perfect.
Did that make sense for you?
I mean,
you tell me.
I don't know if it does make sense. It makes quite a lot of sense.
Actually, the thing is with, you know, your cards came out so happy and positive.
Yeah.
So for you, it'll be like, oh, of course she's going to tell me good things. I complimented her on the start of the show.
I mean, see,
But
it worked. It
yeah.
works. It perfectly works. Next time anyone is going for a tarot reading,
Yeah.
you just gotta
start
like
complimenting
butter
me.
up the
That's
person who's
fine.
sitting in front of you. Just be as sweet as possible.
But look, you're the witness to it that the cards literally
They fell out
in front of you.
while you were still
Yeah.
talking, and I thought, you know, I was gonna tell you saying, you know, something's fallen. Do you wanna like put it back over there? That's
So-
quite cool though.
Anything else that you want to ask?
Mm,
Any like career opportunity that you're mulling over or a situationship that you're thinking about? Like, we can get some tea.
yeah, let's do that. Let's get some tea on all of that.
Okay, cool. What do you want to start with first? You have to be very specific.
I have to be very specific.
In the sense that what do you want to ask about? Like, do we ask about the career? Do we ask
Let's
about
go
the
with
situation?
career first.
Career first.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've gotten enough validation for your
Okay,
career.
then let's go for relationships.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Perfect.
What's Tuvi's love life looking like? Ooh. Dude, this
Look
is
at
not
that,
even,
man.
I'm not even joking. That was so quick.
That was really
and you
quick.
see that this card is, I'll show you guys in a
Yeah.
minute, but like this card is literally come in reverse.
It's come upside down. I'm scared. I'm worried now.
I love it, honestly. Oh my gosh. No, don't worry.
Move a bit forward.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, can we get some truth, some tea on Stuvie's love life? What's going? What's happening?
What even if like you keep shuffling and nothing falls out then?
Honestly, that's never happened. Oh my god, please let that never happen. I love you guys. Thank you.
That was
Okay.
close. That was a close call.
Yeah, that was a close one. Oop.
Like 5 fell out at once now. Come on.
3.
So in all we have 4.
Yeah. And you see some of them are like reversed. 3 of them are reversed and only one
Oh, this
of them
is
is
this is in reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it looks straight.
straight. I
Yeah.
know.
That was
so
quite dumb of me.
Okay, but let's start with this. Since
Okay,
you
let's
got,
start.
I feel like you were called. You were called with this card. So let's start with this.
Okay.
So the first card that we're going to start with is the Hanged Woman.
Mhm.
This is a major arcana card, also
Okay.
by the way. I feel like when it comes to your love life, you've been in a situation where you've been kind of stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like deer in headlights, like how I was when I entered the
When you
studio.
entered this, yeah.
basically,
Mhm.
like you're like, let's not make any sudden moves. Let's not get caught lacking. Let's not get caught simping. Like I feel like you're a little bit on the. I don't really have time for love. I don't really have time for connections. I don't have, I'm too busy chasing my goals, my dreams.
But then
What's coming
it's
in
fallen
your-
in reverse. So then what does that mean?
Yeah, that's what it means. Because,
Okay.
okay, you know what? I'll explain it this way.
Yeah.
If it fell upright, it would talk about someone who was in a sticky situation but still enjoying it.
Okay.
Or in a less than ideal situation, even, but still enjoying it. Like if it fell upright, I would say that, yeah, you are with someone who's probably not your ideal type.
Yeah.
But it's a good situation. Like it might like give
Have
you
fun
some. It
while
might
you're-
give you a new perspective.
Okay.
You know, when you see something from a different side,
perspective,
upside
yeah.
down, you get a different perspective, and then you
Yeah.
learn something of it. So that's what basically the Hanged Woman talks
Okay.
about. And when it comes in reverse, it talks about like being almost like stifled.
Yeah, the
you
exact
know?
opposite to it.
Yeah, exactly. Not
Yeah.
like learning something new, but almost being a little closed off.
Okay.
And being like a little bit like, what is this? I'm not so sure. Like, I'm not so receptive, So that's the vibe I'm getting with your love life. I also feel like there is a little bit of an energy of like self-pity with the 5 of Cups. Do you see the visualization on the card? There are these like empty cups
Yeah.
fallen over and the sun is setting in the
Yeah.
background and things like that. So I feel like somewhere we do have a tendency to kind of be like, a little bit like, okay, how do I put it mildly, guys? When I say guys, I'm talking about my
Yeah.
your spirit guides. But like we have a little bit of a tendency to be a little bit like woe is me in a relationship. And also I feel like that does happen to creative people because for us like our fuel is heartbreak, right?
Yeah.
Like we all want to be the Weeknd deep down and make like fire music.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's your energy right now, that even if you get into a situationship or a relationship, you overthink about it so much, or like you psych yourself out of
Yeah.
it so much that you're just like, before you hurt me, I'm out. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. And even if you're not like, I'm out, you're like so, like you're already assuming the worst, So like you can't really foster like a nice relationship if your mentality is like a little bit like focused on the lack, right? The next card that's come up is the 6 of Pentacles.
Yeah.
So this card talks about like having all these options around you. And this card has also come in reverse, by the way. So
So tell me first, what does it mean upright, and then what do we?
Okay. So 6 of Pentacles talks about someone like upright. It would be like somebody who has like a lot of options and who's like very happy about them. And then when it comes in reverse, it's like someone who has a lot of options but is not really willing to explore any of them.
Okay.
It also goes back to that same Hanged Woman energy where we're
Yeah.
just like stifled and we're just not really, in the thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like your very first card, the Princess of Pentacles, do you see the visualization here? Like the images of like this girl, she's in sporty retire, she's playing around, things like that. So spirit guides are definitely saying that when it comes to your love life, so we need to have a little bit of a sense of humor.
Okay.
We need to be like not afraid to get our heart broken, and we need to just like dive into things and just like have fun while it lasts, and like acknowledge the fact that people come into our lives for a reason. I know it's an Instagram quote, but Instagram
No, but it makes
quotes
sense,
are
yeah.
Instagram quotes for
For a reason.
right? Exactly. So I feel like we can be more open, and we do have options around us. So yeah, just have like sense of
Just
humor.
have fun.
Sense
Yeah.
of humor about it, because
Yeah.
I'm the same way, you know. Like I've not dated in God knows how long, and I'm very sensitive and things like that. So I'm very closed off too.
So do you do like this reading for yourself as well?
Honestly, reading for yourself, I personally feel like it's impossible because I'm such a passionate, emotional person. I can never have like a neutral perspective to my own situation, right?
Yeah.
And anything when it comes to spirituality, whatever you start, you always need to start from a place of like detachment and from a place of like a neutral perspective. That's why when I came in, the first thing I did was I lit an incense stick and
Yeah.
then, you know, cleanse the energy
Cleansed
of this
it.
room, you know, just so we have like a
Neutral
Yeah.
aura going on around.
yeah, like a good space to start from. Like zero is the perfect place to start from, actually. And it's so funny, like that I'm talking about zero is the perfect place to start from. But my healing center that I was telling you about,
Yes.
it's called Primordial Waters.
Okay.
And the word primordial basically means, so let's take an example of Christianity.
Yeah.
In Christianity, it's like God said, let there be light. But then what was there before the light? What was
Yeah.
there before the word of God? There was nothing.
Nothing.
There was a vacuum, right?
Right.
Even in Hinduism, we talk about like, I don't want to get too religious.
That's fine.
But
Perfectly fine.
you know, I just
You're
want
explaining
to, like,
it.
yeah, different examples of, sorry.
No, that's perfect.
So even in Hinduism, we talk about like Shiva and Sadashiva.
Yeah.
So like Shiva is what we worship. You know, the Shiva that we go
Yeah.
to the mandir and worship. And Sadashiva is like the formless, like beyond nirvana, like beyond creation. That nothingness that everything came out of.
Yeah.
You know? So that is like primordial. And waters is obviously
It's
the
the-
source of all life.
Correct.
So yeah, the goal with the center is also to, you know, create a space where people can come and like begin their journeys in
Yeah.
spirituality. Because I feel like spirituality has been like something that's been very like, you know, it's always not so easy to access. It's always been like shown that, you know, it's something outside of you, or you
Yeah.
need to be a certain person to be spiritual, or you need to do XYZ to be spiritual. But honestly, all you need to do to be spiritual is number one, take accountability, and number two, be kind.
Yeah.
You know, it's that simple. And then we just complicate. Like, yes, crystals, yes, tarot decks, yes, fortune telling, yes, being psychic is very cool.
But it starts somewhere.
Yeah, but it starts there.
Yeah.
And you know, the crazy thing is like literally everyone is a psychic. Everyone can be a psychic. If you meditate long enough and if you do certain things long enough. What do I mean by certain things? Like be a good person,
Yeah.
not betray people, not cheat, not lie, not harm anyone. Like just do that. Just be a good person, meditate, mind your business, do your thing, live your life. And trust me, like in a few years, I feel like everyone could be a psychic. So yeah, the point of the place is also to create like an oasis where people can
Yeah.
just come and learn more about things that are like ethereal and outside of the five senses of like perception, but they're still there.
Yeah.
Like this conversation that we're having right now, it's so real.
Yeah.
It's so real, right? Like
Exactly.
you can't visually see the sound leaving my mouth and
yeah.
hitting your eardrums, but it's so
It's there.
tangible.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe we're going
And when
for.
are you gonna be opening this
So
space of yours?
hopefully 15th August.
And it's gonna be, where is it located?
Bandra. It's like
Oh, wow.
in the heart
In the
of,
heart of it.
Yes, in the thick of it, honestly. I wanna bring a space for like creative people to just come and vibe and meditate and get a sound bowl healing done, get their
Oh, wow.
fortune told. I have this amazing practitioner who I've known since a very, very young age, who also does past life regression.
Okay.
Yeah, so the healer will literally put you in a theta state.
Okay.
and you actually get visuals of your past life,
Oh wow.
and it's amazing, honestly.
Have you done it yourself?
I haven't. So far, I haven't. But I really believe in divine timing. I haven't been called to it yet. But honestly speaking, I've been like into spirituality since like a very young age, and I'm so grateful to have had some very incredible experiences. You know, like I remember being like maybe 13 or 14 years old and attending my first pranic healing class.
And what happens in that?
So it's basically they teach you how to read someone's aura,
Okay.
scan their chakras,
Hmm.
and then heal them.
Okay.
So basically, we all have like a physical body and an energetic body, right? So our energetic body is our chakras.
Yeah.
And it is so incredible. But you can actually heal physical problems by healing someone's chakras.
Okay.
You can heal their financial problems. You can heal their creative blocks. You can heal their romantic relationships, like their generational trauma, because everything is energy.
Yeah, everything is
Everything
energy
is
down.
energy.
Yeah.
We invest so much time and money in like how we look. I say that with fake lashes on. But you know, like I feel like we definitely need a place where we can just come and invest in our soul.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like everybody could just benefit from it. We're even going to have like healing for pets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like you know, for dogs who are
Yeah.
like too old and stuff, they can't really get much done. You know, until they get put
Yeah.
down. So we even like offer healings and stuff for that.
That's really sweet.
And yeah, honestly, it's been a vibe. It's been a privilege more than
Yeah.
anything else. I feel like every time I do a tarot reading for someone and then they tell me, you know, like they'll be like, oh my God, I have chills or I have goosebumps. Like, how do you know this? How do you know that? You know, it's like, I feel so happy and I
Yeah.
feel so privileged to be able to do
Do
that.
this.
Yeah.
But do you feel it's more like in the moment, whatever's happening, it tells you that, or does it also tell you what's coming next?
I definitely feel like tarot is more for what's happening now and what's coming in the near future,
Okay.
more in the short term.
Mm-hmm.
And for like more like long-term story arcs,
Yeah.
let's call it, like destiny, like
Yeah.
fate, I rely more on Vedic astrology.
Okay.
So I've also been studying astrology
Yeah.
for the past 1 year. And it's just such an insanely incredible deep subject, and you know, as much as I love to travel, I always think about this, that I'm so happy to be born in India.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't born like in this country, if I wasn't exposed to this culture, if I didn't know
You
what the
probably wouldn't have known much about it.
yes, exactly, or
Yeah.
spirituality in
Yeah.
general, like as much as you can have the best time when you go outside of here, the energy that is here, it's almost palpable, you
That
know,
is
when you
true.
go to like certain places,
Yeah.
you feel it in your body. Like ever since I started studying astrology also, it's so funny, like my spiritual experiences have like turned into 10 times more.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
it's so funny, but like people try to go to Mahakal in Ujjain all their lives.
Yeah.
And they somehow like it just doesn't work out or something happens, and you know, it's like difficult.
Okay.
But in the last like 2 months, I've already gone there twice, and I've attended like that 4 a.m. Bhasma Aarti, which is like a rare thing, you know. It's said that if you attend that, you attain moksha. It's as good as that. It's that powerful. And actually, as soon as you step into Ujjain,
Yeah.
like for me, I went there for 4 days. The last time I went there, I couldn't sleep.
Why?
I couldn't sleep because the energy was so strong.
Okay.
And I was obviously, you know, I was doing deep
Yeah.
meditations, and I was, you know, I was having like the best time, you know, in full pilgrimage. But yeah, the energy was so palpable, and it's so interesting. Like I came across this very young, like 15-year-old girl, okay? And she was at this very isolated little temple. And I was just curious. I was like, I saw some puppies actually playing
Yeah.
outside, to be honest. I was like, okay, I just want to go pet them. And I'm petting them, and then this girl comes up to me, and we just start talking and stuff. And then she tells me that, you know, she's the caretaker of this temple. And
As
you
a
know,
15-year-old girl.
yes, so wait, let me come to it, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so what do you do? How long have you been practicing for? She's like, oh, you know, I'm a tantric, and you know, all this and all that. And I'm like, wait, how long have you been practicing for? And she's like, yeah, I've been practicing for the last 40 years. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean 40 years? I was like, what do you mean 40 years?
You caught me off guard over there with the story of yours.
I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I've been here like, yeah, 40 years. You know, and then she, you know, she was telling me like her life story and things like that. The thing is, honestly, I mean, to even communicate, it's a little bit of a task because obviously
Yeah.
they have a little different
language
dialect
barrier.
and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just such an insane, like, you
I
know.
mean, obviously, this blew my mind listening to it. I can only imagine what happened to you.
Exactly. And she literally looked 15.
Yeah.
No, she like you wouldn't guess a day above that. And she was telling me like how she practices like deep meditations where she literally fasts for like 40 days
Wow.
in a row where she has nothing except water.
Oh, wow. That's.
Yeah. And imagine looking that fit and that young.
I think it probably does something to you.
Yes.
That's the reason why she's
Yeah.
probably been doing it for so long.
So long, for sure, exactly. And imagine like what life must you have led
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, I'm just going to renounce everything and I'm just going to be in service.
Mm.
And you know, she was actually taking care of some like blind and like
Mm-hmm.
disabled children and things
Okay.
like that there. So like how noble is that?
Yeah. For you to
And
give up everything.
yeah, like how incredible is that? And I feel like that's so important. Like everyone needs to keep going to places like that
Yeah.
and meeting people like that because you know we all stay in Mumbai and we're like in this little bubble where
Everything is perfect.
yeah, Instagram is
That is
life,
true.
you know. And I'm
Yeah.
like that too. Honestly, that's why I keep trying to give myself like
It
reality
gives you a
checks.
touch of reality.
Yes, reality checks, exactly.
Yeah.
That
Then-
dude, there's like people out there doing some incredible things that we'll never know of, we'll never hear of. And in their
That
small
is-
way, they're changing the world.
Exactly.
Because she literally is changing the world of that small
Of that
blind
area, for
child.
sure. Yeah,
That small
and even
blind
that
child,
whole,
yeah.
Exactly. You're impacting someone's life at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that is the core, like, essence of spirituality, honestly, you know.
Yeah.
It changes you and then
It
it changes
changes.
the world through you.
Yeah, you're just a channel to change it.
Exactly.
That's really beautiful though. So how is Ujjain as a city?
Ujjain
Or-
as a city,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the people that are really interesting, you will see
Mm-hmm.
like Babas walking the street and, you know, everybody, like
How come you
fortune
happened to
tellers
go there? Sorry
everywhere. So honestly, as I told you, like I attended my first pranic healing class when I was just 13 years
Yeah.
old, right? So I've always been spiritual. But I don't know why at the start of this year, something was just like deeply calling inside me. Like, I don't know why that I want to start praying to Shiva.
Okay. So before this it was not
No,
that strong a
nothing,
calling.
nothing like that. My parents are super religious, obviously, brown parents, classic, you know. But yeah, it just like came from within me. And then at the start of the year, I went through this health thing where I was on like bed rest for 3 months.
Mm.
And I'd already started my journey of like becoming religious.
Okay.
And you know, when things like that happen to you, when your body is like not in your control,
Yeah.
that like that's a different reality.
That is.
And the only thing that got me through it was actually my spirituality and like having faith in God and like things like that, you know. I don't want to like get
No, of
emotional
course.
about it.
I mean, if you're not comfortable with speaking about it, we won't.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I feel like there is power in vulnerability and it's fine. Like I'm here now. I
Yeah.
couldn't be more grateful for everything that's happened ever since. But it started with that. And then I don't know, somehow I've always been very intuition based and very intuition led. So like worshipping Shiva was from an intuition, going to Ujjain was intuition, going to that pranic healing class was intuition. Like
That you did by yourself or your parents ever?
yeah, no, nothing like that. But I just came across this healer when I was young.
Okay.
And I was very inspired by her.
Yeah.
And she just had an amazing aura. And in fact, she is the one who does the past life regression.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm so privileged to also even come across gurus like that. Because, you know, I have a guru who teaches me astrology.
Okay.
And then I have this lady who's like, I've literally seen her really heal people who were on the brink of like fatal accidents and like the doctors were like there's no chance of survival and things like that, and she's been like a miracle worker for them. So even to be able to, or even the lady I met in Ujjain,
The 15-year-old who's actually 40.
even to be able to have these experiences, I mean, it's just a privilege. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not from just this lifetime, you know, it's from many lifetimes, you know.
Yeah.
That calling is there.
Do you believe in like karmic cycles?
100%,
Past
100%.
affects exactly where you are right now?
Your past?
Your past lives, like obviously they've bundled up, and that's the
Yes.
reason why you're where you are today.
Where you are, exactly. So not just in Hinduism, but even in spirituality, we believe in this concept of like soul contracts and twin flames and soulmates and things like that. So have you heard of soul?
I keep getting these reels randomly.
Are
that's the
your
only-
options sending them to you? Is that what it is? Tell me.
I can't reveal anything right now. This has given me a big reality check.
No, because honestly, for real, girls will be like, "That's my twin flame," and it's just a
It's
dude who
just another
doesn't
guy.
like you.
Yeah.
No, he just doesn't. No, because I'm. Like,
You've been through that?
Listen, I've been that girl too. Girls will be so delulu. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"No, that dude is my twin flame. He's my soulmate. He's my connection. He's the one." And it's just the dude who doesn't like
It's
them.
just Rohan who doesn't reply back.
Exactly those vibes. It's just a dude who basically feeds into their like need for an adrenaline rush,
Yeah.
you know, like that survival, who like kicks up their survival instinct, and then everything is very interesting and like
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yes, so you're talking about like in spirituality also there's talks of past life.
so this past life for sure,
Yeah.
but this very interesting story in Greek mythology about Zeus and Hera.
Mm-hmm.
So Zeus, when he created humans first, he created them to be hermaphrodites actually, and they had two like 4 limbs,
Yeah.
like 4 hands, 4 legs, things like that. And then Hera, always being the wise, cunning, you know, advisor to him, she just goes like, if you send them off to Earth like this, they're going to be way too powerful and they're going to revolt
Yeah.
against us. They're not going to respect us. So Zeus pulls out the lightning bolt, strikes it, and then it's
It
2
splits.
halves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the concept of twin flames, that it's like 2 halves divided in 2 different
Yeah.
bodies. Destined to meet over lifetimes and things like that. But in all honesty, if you ever actually met your twin flame, you would have the most insane like dark night of the soul, because you know that much powerful energy coming into union,
Yeah.
it's definitely going to have an explosion, right? And in spirituality, you can't have a literal explosion.
Yeah.
So please don't take this as a sign to like dive into a toxic, chaotic relationship. I'm not endorsing that at all. But basically, what I'm saying is that if you ever actually came across your twin flame,
You'd know.
the jolt of reality
Yeah.
would be so painful. And you would have to go through so much and do so much like shadow work and dive into so much of your like attachment issues, your mommy issues, your daddy issues, your issues from your last ex, you know, your issues from your situation, like so much energy that you've collected over the years, all the hookups that you've had, you know, everything is energy. Sex
Yeah.
is like the greatest
Transfer
form
of
of
energy,
yeah, transfer of energy. So imagine you'll have to heal all those cycles and then you finally go and meet your soulmate. Twin flame,
Twin
sorry.
flame.
And by the time you meet your twin flame, you're like basically like like
Yeah.
barely alive, you know. That's how it is. And people just like paint like a very idealistic picture of it. But yeah, love is not ideal. Love is not
Yeah.
ideal for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting the way you put it across.
Yeah. And you know, it's so cool. Like some of the best healers I've met, they're all single.
Oh wow.
They're all single. They can't be asked with an can I say?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can't be asked with, you know, being in a relationship and things
Yeah.
like that.
But why do you feel that that's the case? I'm assuming you're single as well. And
Yeah, fully.
There is something.
Fully.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like it is definitely a distraction, right? Like
Yeah.
it's so, everything in the world right now is so commodified. Even relationships are like so commodified. Friendships are so commodified. And I've definitely been that person at a young age where I attracted people that were not good for me.
I feel everyone's done that.
Yeah, everyone's done that, like rite
Yeah.
of passage for sure.
Yeah.
But like I definitely took it to another level.
You push the boundary.
No, for sure. Like I hit the red button on that.
Okay.
Like, yeah. And it's not just like ex-boyfriends or something,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but even like friendships and stuff. Like I just always had the tendency, like zero discernment whatsoever. You know, you always like, you think you're like puppies and rainbows, so you assume
Yeah.
that everybody else is puppies
Around you
and
is the same.
rainbows. And then that's where Saturn comes in and gives you your lessons, because Saturn is that planet of like delay and obstacles and
Okay.
obstruction. So even though I'm sitting in the West, and even though I said that I love Saturn so much,
Yeah.
but it's not an easy planet. It's also a planet of karma. It's also a
Okay.
planet of retribution. It's also the planet that shows you that, okay, you want to be successful, you want to be famous, you want to have the perfect life, you want to go on yacht vacations, work.
Work for it.
Work. And it will make you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will make you cry. So in Hinduism, we call him Shani. So you must have heard, no, oh,
Yeah,
Shani,
yeah, yeah.
Shani.
Yeah,
Like the
Shani is
whole-
supposed to be bad, right?
Yeah, they say that it's bad. But it's
Yeah.
only bad if you're bad.
Okay.
See?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. I've heard of this.
I'm saying,
yeah.
like that's how the
Okay,
planet of
that's how it
karma
works.
works, you know.
All right.
So it's like it's all very interesting and all very
Hmm.
interlinked. And
How did you find out that Saturn is your planet? To say, so to say.
so yeah, my birth date 26.
Hmm.
2 plus 6 is 8.
Okay, so
8 is
then-
Saturn's number, and then I'm also a Capricorn, so
Okay.
that's ruled by Saturn. So,
All right.
yeah.
So you've actually studied all of this, and you're like,
Yeah, for
this
sure.
makes sense.
For sure.
I sent you my birth chart. Did you like? What's up with that?
Yeah, okay. I wish we could just put up your birth chart in the edit or something so
Okay.
that people know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture. But I'll tell you a few interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw your birth chart on the way here. And it's so... We good? Okay. Yeah. It's pretty cool because if any average astrologer read your birth chart, they would say that your third house has Ketu in it. So you cannot be a successful podcaster because, you know, third house is the house of communication. It's the house that rules like social media, franchisee,
Okay.
marketing, all these things. And Ketu is the planet of detachment.
Okay.
So wherever Ketu sits in life, you're supposed to let go of it. But I'm not an average astrologer. So
That's where it takes a turn.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what's very interesting in your birth chart is that even though you have a Ketu in your third house, you have Rahu in your ninth house. So where
Okay.
Ketu says these both are like illusory, like shadow planets.
Okay.
They're not literal planets. Like you know how Saturn,
Yeah.
Venus, all these are literal
You
actual
can see
planets
them,
that we
yeah.
can see. These are shadow planets. So their
Okay.
nature is such that wherever they sit, they bring a sort of like illusion, a sort of mystery. They bring their own twist to things, you know. So with you, with the Rahu sitting in the ninth house and the third house also being ruled by Aquarius, which is the Rahu sign, ninth house in Vedic astrology rules your luck and your fortune basically. So with Ketu and the Rahu conjunction, the way that it's
Yeah.
happening, it's very unique. And it basically says that you're going to be very successful as you do podcasting, as you do more online businesses and things like that. And with the Ketu sitting there, it's going to add a magical touch to everything that you do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ketu in the not Ketu. Who's the other guy? Who's
Rahu and Ketu.
Shout
And-
out Rahu.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, like these are considered malefic planets,
Okay.
but your birth chart, malefic as in these are considered cruel planets.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't give you
They're
good
not good for you.
results. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in your chart, they're placed in such an interesting way that they will actually give you very, very good results. And the more you do this, the more you do like these kind of businesses, the more you activate your luck. The more you activate your luck, the more you add a magical touch to your work. And the more you do all these things, the more successful you become. So it's like so interesting.
Everything is
that's-
like interlinked.
Yeah, interlinked.
Okay.
And you know, we were doing like a little love reading
Yeah.
for you, and the cards did turn up reversed.
Yeah.
And I did tell you that I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have a sip of water.
You go for
first.
it. You've spoken quite a bit so far.
So your seventh house is very interesting as well. Seventh
Okay.
house is the house of like marriage and business partnerships. You have both the sun and Mars sitting in there. Mars is like the planet of combat.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sun is like the cruel planet. He's like the father in astrology.
Yeah.
He's considered the father because he gives life, right?
Yeah.
He's the source of all life.
Yeah.
That's where all planets came from. So it's very interesting. But whenever you get married, I mean, I'm not jinxing it or anything.
Yeah.
But you will go for somebody that will be very authoritative and very dominating. And you will definitely like a little bit of a tussle and a little bit of a fight in a marriage. It will almost like spice things up for you. Like your wife will be very, very feisty.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
Let's
even
get
in
some
your-
toxic Latinas in here.
I love that. I really love that. Honestly,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really hope you manifest that for you. And you know, your fifth house, there's Saturn sitting in it.
Okay.
Fifth house rules love affairs. So marriage is different, love affairs is totally different. And guess what you have sitting in your fifth house?
We just said Saturn, bro.
Yes,
Let's
that's
go.
right. Exactly. So your relationships, the love
Okay.
affairs that you have, they're going to be very karmic in the sense that, and I'm totally with you on this because my
Yeah.
birth chart is the same exact way. My Venus, which is the planet of love, is sitting in the 8th house. 8th house is the house of like mysteries and occult and like sudden changes and like accidents and
Yeah.
surgeries and things like that. So basically, you and me, brother, love affairs. It's just not our thing.
It's not meant for us.
It's just not. Our love life
Let's
is
stay
a
away from it.
disaster. Yeah, love life is a disaster. Basically, as much
Yeah.
as I understand astrology, what I got from it is that in our past life, we were definitely fuckboys.
Who would
You
have
know?
thought?
Yeah. No,
Look at the two of us.
I
Such
mean,
nice, sweet,
yeah, look at
caring,
them.
loving,
Innocent faces.
Man,
Completely
people.
innocente.
such nice. And yeah, so we are paying for.
Yeah, we're paying. So it was a very long, winded answer to your
Yeah.
question about past life. But yeah, basically, that's how your past life affects you. Like, I'm sure we fucked shit up when it came to relationships. We broke some hearts. We took some
Yeah.
names. You know,
That's cool.
we cheated on some people for sure.
I mean, come on, who can blame whoever Studi was back then?
Yeah, exactly.
Must have been
And
a good-looking
why
girl,
did God
bro.
make
Like-
us so gorgeous?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. If
all
you're going to
Zeus's
spoil us
fault.
with options,
It's all
exactly.
his fault. I'm not going to take any accountability for what I did in my past life. This life,
We'll
we
see.
keep it messed up as it is. Both of
Stay
us want to
messy,
keep it like
stay
that.
Messy,
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
messy forever. That's what I say.
That's actually quite funny though.
And you know, one more interesting thing in your birth chart is that your 12th house is there's the
How
moon.
many houses are there?
Oh, there's actually 12 houses.
Okay, so this is the
your-
last house.
Yeah, your 12th house is, you know, this is not even this. All this that I'm telling you is like.
Surface level.
I just saw your birth chart for exactly 10 seconds, and whatever like were interesting placements
Yeah.
to me, like quickly, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll definitely talk to him about these, you know. But do you understand how deep this subject is?
Yeah,
like
of course
how
I do.
much you
Like,
can tell
the fact
about
that you can remember
someone
all of this and
Yeah.
you know exactly what was where.
off the bat.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm really into it though, to be fair. But 12th house moon, I feel like the more you go abroad, the more you expose yourself to like different cultures, the more you try and take things international, the better it will be for you. Like you will actually find your peace outside
Yeah.
of where you were born. And that's so funny because you were born in, so you know, in astrology we don't consider like outside as in literally outside the country.
Yeah.
If you were born in a certain city and then now you're in a totally different city, that's a different
That's to
country.
that side, yeah.
Yeah. So you've actually activated your destiny so well. You know, you don't have an easy birth chart by any means. You don't have an easy life by any means. You know, that
Yeah.
I did see some like did you have like a little bit of like a disruptive relationship with your father, and then your mom was like your like primary like source of like support or things like that in any way?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay,
No.
cool. But
They are
defi-
divorced though.
See? So yeah, that is. I mean, hey,
Ah,
that's like a
something.
guys.
That's close. That's close. Come on.
Don't blame the astrologer, okay?
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, she's perfect. She's the best whenever she says good things.
Yeah, see, so I could just tell that from your birth chart. How crazy is that?
That's pretty
But I
cool.
can literally tell, like, your mom is your divine help in life.
Okay.
Whenever you're, like, in a mess, whenever you're in, like, a difficult situation, just go to her, just talk to her about your problems, and you will see the solutions to it very soon. Or whatever advice that she gives you, it'll be very powerful.
Okay.
Like, so always listen to, oh my God, if your mom watches this,
She
she's gonna
watches
have
it,
such
bro.
a big head, right?
She'll love it now.
Oh my goodness.
I'll bleep this whole part. So she doesn't see it.
Because I know how my mom is. So I can
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
imagine my mom would be like, listen,
Yeah, now she'll call me.
3-page message on how my life should be
Exactly,
for the
bro.
next 24 hours, you know? So
you
yeah.
set off the beast now.
I'm sorry, but love you, auntie,
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I feel like you should definitely like listen to your mom. She is like your divine angel in this lifetime, and she is your teacher. She is your guru actually,
Okay.
because your Jupiter sits in your 4th house.
Okay.
And yeah, all this is like it's all interconnected. Every single person that we meet, that we have some, especially our family members, they come from the same soul family.
Okay.
Same soul family tree. So everyone's interconnected. Like for all you know, like your dad was somebody that you dated in a past life.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
but it's actually,
okay.
and you know, like a lot of times the motions that we go through with people, you know, sometimes we're like, why would they hurt me? Why would they fuck me up so
Yeah.
bad?
That
I
was
didn't even
meant
do
to.
anything to them.
Yeah.
But you don't realize what you did before this. You know, and also everything does happen for a reason. Every single betrayal that has happened to me I'm grateful for it now in
Yeah,
hindsight.
in
I
hindsight.
honestly am. Every single breakup, every single thing that's not worked out, every single, yeah, I'm grateful for it.
Very failed relation.
Yeah, relation in any
Yeah,
way, even
in
in the
any way,
platonic
exactly,
sense,
yeah.
exactly. You know, but I'm like a strong believer of the thing that like I still love the people I love, even if I cross the street to avoid them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like still bits of you. They're all still like parts of you, even if they leave you with like deep scars, deep
Yeah.
wounds.
I think it makes your character. It makes you who you are.
Yeah, it makes your story for
Yeah,
sure.
teaches you.
100%. You know.
That's quite cool. Well, what did you say? Like you said, the moon is in the 12th house.
Yeah, moon is in the 12th house. So basically,
And what happens there?
What happens there is that like 12th house represents moksha. It also represents death. It also represents foreign countries and something to do with foreign lands. So the fact that you've come in a foreign land and you're doing your business here, you've activated that destiny.
Okay.
So basically you've activated your entire chart. Do you like realize that? Like almost from like
Yeah.
the start of the chart to the 12th house, your life is going exactly the way the planet's meant for
Meant
it to.
it to be, yeah.
Yes, even like down to your career, down to your love life, like your career is going so well because you were meant to do this, you know. Like my readings, like I've always had such amazing feedback
Yeah.
because for me, like my birth chart, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, all three planets are in the 8th house.
Okay.
Actually, 8th
So
house
it's like
is
crowded.
It's crowded.
Yeah.
It's crowded. But it's like 8th house is generally considered very malefic. So like our
Okay.
charts are interesting like that
Yeah.
because it's like not a nice house. It's the house of like sudden accidents and changes and
Okay.
big transformations. Like people who have planets in their 8th house, they don't live easy lives.
Yeah.
Your Mercury is in 8th house too. So that's something that we have in common, by the way. What does that mean? Mercury represents intellect, your wisdom, your knowledge, and when it's in the 8th house, that talks about someone who has a very different way of digesting information. Like you will pursue knowledge, you will pursue wisdom, but you won't do it by the book. You won't do it
Yeah.
by studying. You'll do it in your case by talking to people.
Yeah.
In my case by like
Meeting new people.
studying
Yeah, studying them.
the occult sciences. So it's like we're two baddies just living our best lives.
This is why, like,
Yeah.
we were meant to sit down here and have this conversation. I think I recall seeing you at AYCS.
What, really?
Yeah, I was performing there.
I
And also,
know.
Yeah,
so that's how I actually found out about Unrecord. By the way, can I just
Yeah.
say, like, attending AYCS, I felt so old. Like my
I know,
millennial,
it's-
there
there were only kids over there.
Yeah,
It was
honestly.
quite-
Yeah, but it was so cool.
It was a
like,
lot of
It was
fun.
so cool to see all these
Yeah.
like young people like just being so amazing and just being so true
That
to
is true.
themselves. And everyone was dressed in character in a
I
way.
swear, I felt so underdressed.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I felt like everyone was like straight out of like GTA or like straight
Yeah.
out of like some sort of like a video
Something
game.
cool.
Like you could see just from their outfit what they were about, what their vibe was, what their
Exactly.
energy was, and I love that. Like that's so cute.
No, it was a lot of fun. I think like 3 days of just
Yeah.
seeing people so well dressed, and then there's me just coming in like a shirt
How
and a
was your
pant.
experience, by the way? You performed,
Yeah,
right?
I performed there. It was a lot of fun. Like the energy. So basically, even I'm a big believer of energies.
Wow, love
where
it.
I feel that if someone gives me a good energy, and if someone gives me a bad energy, it is an instant turn off. Like anybody, if I
100%.
meet someone and I feel their energies are off,
Right.
I do my best to stay away from that person.
Yeah, same.
And I just don't like them, so I'll automatically probably I'm rude to them. But it comes from a place of where I'm just not liking the person.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way though, honestly. Oh my God. Yeah.
And then like when you're performing, there's just so many people in front and all of their energy comes to you. And now it's your responsibility to like give it back to them.
yeah.
So that's how I view it. So like usually I think it's probably a bad way to view it because if the room
but
is
it
not
an
packed,
inter-exchange
of course. But the thing is, if the room is not packed, I feel a little low on energy.
I get that.
And then the minute the room is packed,
You're
it's
like,
just I'm like,
vibes.
let's go. And that's what happened at AYCS as well. Like thankfully I think there was a switch over before I started. So around only 40-50 people stayed in front, but they gave me so much energy that by the end of it, the
was
place
good.
was packed out.
Oh.
So that was something that was
That's
really...
how you know you've done a good job.
Exactly. Like I'm just so grateful that I could get all those people together.
I feel so bad that I
and-
missed it.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
must have been doing a reading.
Reading,
You were at
yes.
work.
I was
Both of
on
us were
job.
at work.
I was on
Exactly.
job. Yeah, for
We
sure.
both were working that night, so it's fine. But it's pretty cool that the way... And the thing is, I actually saw you on a friend's vlog So there's this friend called Ariana.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So she just pulled up with like a camera and stuff,
Yeah.
and I was like so nervous, but I was like already
Mm-hmm.
so much in the zone of like doing readings and stuff that I didn't really,
You
know.
didn't really-
Yeah, and it was so natural. Like she
Yeah.
was so easy to bounce off. To be fair, it was like a cute little moment.
Yeah.
for
Shout
sure.
out Ariana if she's
Sure,
ever watching
yeah.
this.
Yeah, if you ever.
Because that's
haven't
where I
watched it.
found the thing, and I was like, bro, this is so cool. Because I always wanted to get someone like you on, because I want to
Yeah.
like just talk about this, and it's a fun thing.
Yeah,
It's-
100%.
You really want to know about
Should I tell
yourself.
you a really
Mhm.
funny story that happened at AYCS? Since we've spoken about like some deep spiritual stuff,
Yeah.
like just to keep things lighthearted. So this woman comes up to me, okay, for a tarot reading. Easily older than my mom.
Yeah.
Older than my mom. And I was like, okay, auntie, like, hi, how are you? Like, little small talk. What are your questions? This, that. She's like, beta, I want to ask about my love life. I was like, okay, cool, let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
Yeah.
Let's go, yeah. She's like, there's this one person I'm thinking about. What's the vibe? You tell me. Like, obviously, she didn't say what's the vibe.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I get it.
I pulled up a few cards, and the cards are saying soulmate, perfect match, this, that, match
And
made
she's
in
married.
heaven, the lovers, this, everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, great, perfect, awesome. I tell her all this, and then she goes like, okay. And I was like, yeah, but like, why aren't you happy? She's like, because the guy is married, like to someone else. She's like, yeah.
That is so funny. And she is single.
She's single. She's
Okay.
fully invested in him, poor thing. And she's like, basically, she came to me for the tarot reading to ask me, like, should I invest in this relationship more? Like, imagine being 50 something and still being like dealing with fuckboys, yeah? Imagine.
But you should do the other guy's reading as well, and then that'll be like,
The crazy part is that the guy is also showing up as a soulmate,
yeah.
but he's married to someone else.
So he's not that person's soulmate.
Yeah, but now what can she do now? She can't be like, oh, I met this tarot reader.
Yeah, that'll be funny.
Yes.
Imagine you're
Leave
breaking
your
up
kids,
someone's wedding.
Leave your children. Okay, no, this was day 2. And then there was day 3. When an uncle pulled up. So he actually had a stall of his own
Yeah.
at AYCS. And he pulled up and he wanted to get a tarot reading. And so his situation was that he was married and he had kids and everything. And he had this girlfriend that he was seeing. And his girlfriend was cheating on him.
Okay. No, wait. He is already married.
Yes.
And he has a
And he
side
has
hoe.
yeah.
And his side hoe is cheating on him.
Yeah.
Man.
And uncle is fuming about it. He's like, when the cards have come out.
So that's
I'm
how
like,
uncle found out she's cheating on him.
Yes. He's like, I knew it. He's like, this bitch. And I was like, uncle, chhod do. Chhod do,
I was
uncle.
actually going to ask if there's been any funny story of,
Yeah, you get so much tea, right? And then there was like this one person at AYCS only. So they, like, their situation was like
Yeah.
a little serious and stuff. So they didn't even tell me anything. They just came to me, again, older person,
Yeah.
older. And they just came to me and they were like, I'm just going through a very big problem, but I can't talk to you about it. It's very personal, but you tell me what to do. I was like, now what is
How
this?
is he supposed to?
I was
Yeah.
like, what is this
That's
nonsense?
open-ended, yeah.
So I just opened the cards. We were like, okay, let's keep it open-ended. If I can help you, then I will. And like, it gave me so much tea that it was this woman who was doing a case on him and this and that. And like, the woman was also showing up as like staunch completely, like not willing to settle at all. And like his case was also not going to be favorable at all. And things like that, and like these are like heavy real life situations,
Yeah.
like, and you have to break the news to
Yeah.
them because you can't be like, like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, everything's gonna be perfect. And he was like shell shocked. He was like, how do you know this? Because how would I know? How would
Exactly.
I?
Yeah, you
How would
don't
I?
even know him.
In these cute little tarot cards, where can you, see that, a woman is doing a case and, she's holding on like,
Yeah.
it has to be something,
There is some
outside
sort of connection, which is what tells this.
Yeah, for sure. So it does get interesting like that, for sure.
But has there ever been like some very stupid and funny moment that you've had with someone while doing the reading?
Like a silly moment.
Yeah, like this person's just like, whoa, I've just been caught cheating on my partner or something like that. Like how this man got.
Oh, like live or something.
Yeah.
No, but like, you know what? This happens to me a lot that sometimes like people will come to me for like love readings and stuff. And obviously their partners turns out to be like shit.
Yeah.
And when I pull those cards and I'm saying those things, the friends in the background, like
Everyone's
their
losing it.
reactions are hilarious. They're going
Yeah.
on like, I told you, this bitch is not worth it and this and that. And like, oh my God.
Wow.
It gets heated.
Yeah,
it gets
of course it
proper
does.
heated for sure. And then like sometimes people will come for like love readings and stuff.
I think, is that like your most favorable topic? Like, do most people come with?
For love readings,
Yeah?
like most people definitely come for like what's gonna happen in my love life next. But it's very interesting when a couple comes for a reading. That's very cool for me.
How do you
also
do
as
that?
a
Like
tarot
when
reader.
it's a couple, you do
Honestly,
them separately.
I just pull their cards together because we want to see what the
Okay, what
linking
their connection
energies
is,
are,
yeah.
and like sometimes you just know when you see a couple that they're about to break up,
Yeah, you can tell. Most of the times you can.
Yeah, I mean, and even if you can't tell, the cards will tell
Yeah.
for you. So it's like,
I'll actually, it's pretty funny. Like I mentioned, I do tarot reading on my thing as well.
yeah, what is that?
It's just a farce. It's like the most basic tarot. These cards are fun cards. So when I say this, everyone's like, whoa, you're
Yeah,
actually
all
gonna pull it
hype.
out. And it's just like the generic cards. It has nothing to do with real tarot reading.
Okay, cool.
So there's like one card which has a middle finger and it says, what the fuck is going on in your life? Get your shit together.
Oh shit!
And then there'll just be like something stupid like this. Like there'll just be like a ghost and it'll be like you're about to get ghosted.
Oh
or
my
something like that. It's all
gosh, yeah,
fun and
spicy
games.
stuff, yeah.
So there was one of the guests that came. And for her, I pulled out the card that said the breakup card.
Oh no!
And she went home that night and her partner and her broke up. Because they were already like contemplating whether or not to.
But did you know that already?
I didn't know that.
Oh shit!
And then later on, this person spoke to me and she was like, the cards that you gave me, all of them came right. Like literally
Yeah?
all of them were spot on. And I'm joking. Whenever I say this, I'm like, this is going to happen in the next 3 months. And this actually happened with her like the very next day or very next night.
Oh my gosh!
It was too funny.
That is actually insane,
It
Padna.
is.
She must have gotten chills, I'm sure.
She lost. So the thing is, when I pulled that card out, she just like froze. And for me,
Poor thing.
it's like fun and games. And I was laughing and I'm like, you
You're
know
like,
what?
"Ah, you're gonna break up, bitch."
Go home and just break up and do it. And then later on, I found out that she actually did it.
Oh my god!
Like her partner initiated the breakup.
But
and I was
listen,
like,
for all you know, you might have a gift, huh?
yeah.
Of fortune telling. Like, you might. You never know. But also, like, look at your reaction. You're like,
These are like the most basic cards.
But also, like, a lot of times it is placebo effect.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
But
Like
then
you tell someone.
Yeah, and the thing is, those cards are very generic.
Yes.
So it's just like any
that's what
basic life
differentiates
event.
like a good psychic from like a great
Yeah.
psychic. Like how specific they can get.
Yeah.
Like in your case, honestly, I mean, we didn't really get deep with the reading because you're like, you're giving me nothing. You have
tell,
no
okay,
questions.
what do you
Okay, tell me. Give me like some good, interesting question.
Man.
That'll give us like some layered answers. Let's try this.
In what department should I think?
Anything. Like some ex you want to ask about, or like some situation you want to ask about, something, anything that you're unsure of in life right now.
What
some
should I ask
messy
you about?
situation in your life that we can get the tea on, I feel.
I'm talking to someone.
Ooh.
So let's see what is that like.
You've been chatting shit, is it?
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Yeah. As you should.
Yeah.
As you should. Okay. No, I haven't asked the question yet, so do not pop out. Okay. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Please give us 3 cards for Stuvi. Past, present, and future. Who's this new babe? What's the situation? What's coming? What's happening? Oof.
God damn. 3 cards.
God damn. 3 cards and they're heavy ones, huh?
Okay, tell me what
They're
does
heavy,
it say?
they're heavy, they're heavy.
Okay. Is it good or not good?
No. I'm sorry. But honestly, okay, first things first, the first card that's come out is the Two of Swords. So, how cups represents like love, emotions, creativity, sexual energy, swords represents intellect, the sharpness of your mind, sharp as a sword,
Okay.
as we say.
Yeah.
And you see how they're like kind of interlinked with each
Yeah.
other. When we asked about your career, it was that Two of Cups card that came up which said match made in heaven.
Yeah.
When we asked about your little situationship, there's a lot of conflict here. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of unsure energies.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too new. Maybe that's what it is. But definitely, I don't see like either of you being very sure of this. With the 9 of Wands, actually, you know what? This is actually like your question aside. This is a very beautiful card.
Okay.
So the 9 of Wands actually talks about the wounded warrior energy. It talks about getting hurt 9 times but getting up 10. You see how this lady is standing on guard.
Yeah.
You know, she has a wound, but she's not letting it deter her
Yeah.
from her mission. So I feel like in this relationship, you or the person in front of you is showing up as somebody who is letting their past traumas weigh in too much. They're letting whatever happened in the past, either with you or with some ex or something, weigh in too much. There was definitely some sense of betrayal somewhere. Did you go through a betrayal? Did she go through a betrayal? I don't know. We'll pull more cards, we can ask that.
Okay.
But I definitely feel like the energies here are not very conducive for love because both parties are coming off of lack mentality and
Yeah.
like this extreme level of distrust, you know. So it's very real, you know. It's very real.
I mean, gotta give it to you, bro.
Yeah.
This is
thank
pretty
you.
cool.
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, it's
fun.
actually so nice how you've been so accurate with everything.
I'm
like,
glad.
I'm honestly saying I'm not even gonna like lie to you just
Yeah.
because you're here. It's been very accurate as to everything that I've asked you.
Really?
It's been too much fun.
Oh,
But then, do you wanna have another conversation, like just
yeah,
an
let's
open
do
conversation apart from all of
it. Yeah,
this?
let's do it. What would you like to know about spirituality? I'm like interested in your perspective. Like,
I've not read too much about it. I'm not too deep about it.
right.
Like I've said, for me, energy is
Everything.
something that obviously I do believe in. I don't think I'm religious per se.
Yeah.
It's something that I used to be as a kid, but then I'm assuming it just comes from being born in a brown family
Yes,
and you're made
for
to do
sure,
that.
for sure.
So now I've obviously not along those lines. But I actually wanted to ask you about, what was that thing? Give me a second, I've written that word down.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the lucky girl syndrome, bro? I saw this on your Instagram the other day.
So lucky girl syndrome, since we're talking about like energy, everything is energy. We talked about placebo effect. We obviously, you know, there's so much going on with The Secret
Yeah.
and law of attraction and, you know, whatever you believe is what you achieve. So lucky girl syndrome is just like being delusional, believing in yourself, believing, like backing yourself up basically. And this does happen, you know, when I wake up with a positive state of mind, I do tend to attract more positive situations.
But don't you think it's also just a state of mind thing?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that's what lucky girl syndrome is all about. That you feel so good, you look good, you feel good about yourself to the point where, like, if you keep yourself in that positive energy, you keep taking care of yourself, you know, practicing self-care, doing all the right things.
Yeah.
Like, it's like as simple as this, you know, when you have a day where you've like woken up early, you've done everything on time, you've achieved all your goals,
Yeah.
you've gone to the gym, you've had a long day, you're tired, and you just come back home and you're like, you know, that sigh of relief, that feeling you feel from being extra productive. I honestly believe like lucky girl syndrome is all about that, like being in that constant state of mind where you just like believe in your dreams, go for it, take a leap of faith, and let things fall
Yeah.
in place. Honestly, you know, there is this like Instagram is so good in this sense that there are like so many like spiritual concepts that are like broken down in such simple ways. Lucky girl syndrome is one of them. Delulu is the Solulu
Yeah,
is one of
that
them.
all of us are aware of.
Yeah, exactly. But I believe in that for sure. Like, I feel like the more delusional I am, the more I achieve things. Like, for the longest time, I thought about being like a psychic, being a tarot reader, things like that. But you know, as a child, if you
Yeah.
ever ask me what are the two what do I want to do when I grow up, I wanted to be an animal activist or I wanted to be like an archaeologist. You know, like completely
yeah.
like totally different and like super nerdy and things like that. And I was always interested in spirituality, right? But I never believed in myself. I never thought that, you know, I would grow up to be that
Yeah.
cool crystal girly that people come to and talk to about their lives and their destinies. Like, you know,
It's not-
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, even when I say it now, when I tell people that, oh, I'm a tarot reader, like I can tell you about your life, like it's still a little insane to
yeah.
me, you know, because somewhere I'm still at I'm still silly AF, you
Yeah.
know. I'm still like I love having a good laugh. I love letting my hair down. I love chilling with my like boys who've been my friends like since we were kids and like, you know, going and being a raging gremlin on my girls' trips and all those things, you know. But yeah, like I never thought that growing up I would be this cool person who's able to do this amazing thing that I love so much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like my delusion definitely got me till here.
That fed this.
Yeah, for sure. Because you need some sort of confidence
course.
to pull up to like even like a guru and ask them to like teach you things. Because these things are not like you can't just join
Of
a
course,
college
you
and
can't. Yeah,
you
it's
can't
not
join a
taught.
college and be like, yeah, I'm attending a class and it's done there. You know,
Yeah.
it's
But what made you get into it? Like, what drew your attention? Because you mentioned about how you had a guru.
yeah.
And then did they give you some sort of formal training, or how does it work with tarot cards?
So for me, honestly, like I know like when people see me, like they obviously see a very privileged person and you know, like she looks a certain way and I'm sure she has her life so easy and you know, like everything's like
Yeah,
on
the-
easy mode for her,
yeah.
pretty privileged and all that. But it definitely took a long time to become this person. It took a lot to become this person. Growing up, I had major struggles, like big time. I mean, I didn't have a very easy childhood,
Okay.
and I didn't have a lot of experiences where I felt like loved or heard or acknowledged. And I also had ADHD, and I'm not just saying that to be cute, like, oh, I have ADHD. I actually have ADHD, like I
Okay.
actually have a learning disability, and like that made things very difficult for me in school as well. And you know, they put me on medication and stuff for it, and that turned me into a zombie. So, you know, not a very conducive environment, add medications to the mix, not good at
Yeah.
all. I've been the person, why I'm saying that Delulu is the Solulu, because honestly, like I remember on my 16th birthday thinking that, oh my God, I actually made it to my 16th birthday. I didn't think I would live this long, you know?
Yeah.
And like I had the same feeling on my 26th birthday. Yeah. That, oh my God, I'm actually celebrating my 26th birthday. I didn't think I would last this long
Get till here.
in this little game, you know. And for a very long time, I grew up very angry and very like emotional, and I didn't know. I mean, and you know, all that fire sign Aries energy, like didn't know where to put it and things like that. And then one fine day, I just sat down to meditate. You know, just I was like, you know what? Fuck all this noise. You know that Tom and Jerry scene where you see like Jerry like hit Tom with a pan?
Yeah.
That was that's the inside of my brain constantly with like bad thoughts and like over criticism. You know, and you wouldn't tell.
You can't
if
tell,
met.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. But that was like the inside of my brain constantly. And then I just sat down and I was like, fuck this shit, you know. And I just was like, okay, let's meditate. Meditated for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, eventually 7 minutes, eventually 10 minutes. Soon I started meditating for like 2 hours and things like that. This was all self-study, like this
Yeah.
was all on my own, you know, YouTube guided meditation.
How long ago was this?
This was a bunch of years back, honestly.
Okay.
At least like 6-7 years back for sure. You know, I've been on this for a while now. But yeah, like my early 20s also, I grew up super chaotic, like super messy, attracting all the wrong people, you know, and doing all the wrong things and making all the wrong decisions and just like leading with my, what do you call it, my id? Is that the word? My id instead of my, you know, in psychology they say
Yeah.
like your monkey brain.
Yeah, monkey brain.
You
yeah.
know, because obviously I was like every other person, like I couldn't stand the sound of silence. I couldn't stand the idea of just being by myself, being
It's
alone.
it's quite a scary thought for most people.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, people actually don't realize it, but you don't need to be in like throes of depression or throes of like having suicidal thoughts or something, but a lot of people still cannot stand their own company. They cannot spend
Yeah.
like a day alone. They need like validation of either friends or social media or some sort of external stimuli to keep them, to like remind them that they're alive, you know. And I was one of those
Yeah.
people. So yeah, like I start meditating and I start reading up on spirituality. I attend this pranic healing class, and then, you know, I meet that healer lady, and then my own, like, I've always been like a very curious person since a young age. So I'm a gamer. You know?
Oh wow, I didn't know of this.
Yeah, I love gaming. In fact,
Okay.
right now I just finished Ghost of Tsushima
Okay.
recently.
I'm
So-
sorry, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know any of these
What?
games. I wasn't
Oh.
allowed to play games as a child.
What, really?
Yeah, my mom was just like, no, it'll spoil your eyesight and it's not good and this and that. So I've not grown up playing a lot of video
Playing
games.
a lot of games. But I
Yeah.
mean, if there are any gamer people here, like there was this game when we were growing up in school called Age of Mythology, which was like super famous, and all its lore was based on Greek gods.
Greek gods, yeah.
And like my interest started from there, because I remember being in 3rd standard, and like I've always been an avid reader, just like
Yeah.
my dad. And I like remember being in 3rd standard and like going to like all these bookstores with my dad and just picking up these giant Greek and Egyptian
Yeah.
mythology encyclopedias. My father is like, "What are you doing? Pick up like Clifford or something.
Yeah.
What you're not even gonna read this." My dad like scoffed at me. He's like, "You're not
Yeah.
gonna read this." And I was like, "No, I want these books." And I started reading about these gods, and I got into like theosophy at a very young age. And obviously back then I didn't know
You
what's
don't understand,
theosophy.
yeah.
And then I slowly started finding out about Carl Jung and like the psychologist who like turned into a philosopher, who turned
Yeah.
into like a metaphysical sciences observer, and like, you know, it's.
You started
And
off
then
at
I
a
read
very,
The
yeah.
Alchemist, you know, by Paulo Coelho.
Yeah.
Like it's like all these like coming of age things that you do,
Yeah.
you know, when you're growing up and you're like curious and you're clueless at the same time.
And then that shapes you into
Yeah,
who
you
you
know,
are.
all
Yeah.
the mistakes and all the books and all the bad decisions and all the stories, like,
yeah.
collection of memories for sure.
It
you
all
know?
just hit you right now.
Yeah, for sure. Like, no, seriously, because it is insane, you know, like we always think that, oh, a spiritual person will be like a sadhu, or will be like someone like Osho,
Yeah.
or like, you know, like all these people like so out of the way from us.
Yeah.
And my thing is like, honestly, it doesn't have to be that complicated, you know. Find your own practice. Like
Yeah.
meditation worked for me. Something else works for you. Chanting works for you. Breath work works for you. It could be anything. It could be anything as simple as just journaling, just writing your feelings down at the end of
Yeah.
every single day. You know, yeah, that's the vibe. For
No, it's
sure.
really nice. 'cause-
And I'm so sorry. Please go.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
And you know, like coming back to what I was saying, like I'm definitely not a perfect person. Like it's so funny, but I literally had a screaming match with my parents today morning. Like screaming match where I ended up bawling my eyes out. To be
Yeah.
fair, like it happened after a very, very long
Yeah.
time. But you know what I mean
I
when
know
I say
exactly,
that, you
yeah.
know, like it's not like, oh, like I'm just like at home like meditating and not triggered lol.
Yeah.
Not triggered and not like reacting to situations and things. But it's just like spirituality gives you an added layer of empathy, and it also gives you like a different lens, like a bigger lens of looking at
Yeah.
things, you know. When you're like constantly in your day to day, you're like in this little fishbowl and you're only thinking of this much. And then suddenly you read about how the planets influence you and you're like, oh my God, the world is so massive.
Yeah.
You know? And then there are people who are like, oh, I don't believe in astrology. And to them, I'm like, do you believe in the sun? Do you believe in the moon? Do you believe in science? Like, you know, the sun literally gives us life. Like,
Yeah.
literally.
Of course.
And the moon, I mean, it affects the oceans. It affects
Yeah.
the water in our bodies.
Inside your body as
So
well.
why do you think that Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus, and Mercury, and Pluto, and all these planets are going to be left behind? They obviously affect us, for sure. And, you know, I did a quick breakdown of your birth chart, and you see how, like, quickly you can relate to every
Yeah.
single thing, you know?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the conclusion of it is that we're all...
Does that mean that you come with a destiny?
Yes, for sure.
So basically,
are-
no matter what I do, my destiny would lead me to all of these places?
No. Basically, you have free will, but you have destiny.
Okay.
If you, by your free will, choose the destiny that was planned out for you, if you step into your purpose, and if you work hard and keep going at it and doing what you were meant put on this earth to do, because everybody's put on this
Yeah.
earth for a specific thing. That's why I love astrology so much.
Okay.
Because it really gives you like, why were you put on this earth? It gives you that answer. Why? Like tarot reading will give you answers to your like, you know, normal things and normal
Everyday
life
stuff,
and
yeah.
everyday stuff. Yeah. But that will give you answers for why was I put on this earth? What is my purpose? What is the thing? And why I love astrology and why I love being part of like Sanatan Dharma so much is that even in astrology, we talk about like 4 very main aspects of life, which is like
Okay.
Dharma, Moksha, Kam, Arth, which is basically like Dharma is obviously your religious
Religion,
practice, your
yeah.
spirituality, things like that. Moksha is enlightenment, death, release, you know, that final release. And Kam is like your pleasures in life. And Arth is like your materialistic things. So it's like so well rounded. It's not like, you know, it's not saying, oh, abstain from sex or, you know, don't do this and don't do that. No, it's not saying all that. It's
Yeah.
saying like, do what you were meant to do and do it well. Put all your heart and soul into it.
So basically, your birth chart will just say what should happen,
Yeah.
and then the steps that you take either
Yes.
tick those boxes or it falls off.
Yes,
So
exactly.
your birth chart will never change.
No, birth chart never changes, no, for
Okay.
sure. But like a lot of times there will be something in somebody's birth chart where like I recently read somebody's birth chart and it literally had that their wife would
Yeah.
have 2 miscarriages before they have a child. Now that's a heavy news to give to
Yeah.
someone. Yeah, it's difficult, right? What do you
So
do?
third
in that
time's the
situation?
charm for them.
Yes, but ideally you want them to not go through those first 2
Yeah.
things. So what do? You give them a solution according to their birth chart. You
Okay.
suggest some things to them. So what you basically do is whatever planet is causing that issue, you do certain things to like please that planet. Basically, you pray to that planet.
Okay.
That, you know, give me your grace. So that's how astrology. That is the basis of astrology.
Okay.
That we fix
We fix what
the
might go wrong.
Yeah, what might go wrong. Yeah, yeah.
So you've been reading astrology quite a bit for the past few years.
Yeah, so actually, like, you know, everybody who starts off with spirituality, they start
Yeah.
off with like new age spirituality, unfortunately, in the age of social media. So I also started with, you know, Western astrology, the
Yeah.
horoscopes we read every
Yeah.
day and all that nonsense, you know, like the casual stuff. But
CoStar.
Then, oh, I'm obsessed with CoStar, to be fair.
Come on, I thought you'd shit on CoStar.
Yeah, no, to be fair. Because, see, the thing I love about CoStar is that
Okay.
even though it's AI, it takes a note of your entire birth chart.
Okay.
Whereas when you read it on a normal horoscope app, it's just
It's
taking
just a
into account your
generic,
sun
yeah,
sign.
yeah.
Yeah, which is not even 1/12 of your chart. Can you
Okay,
imagine?
yeah.
So, yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, as I started studying it more and more, I was like, no, I need to make the switch to Vedic for sure. It's totally different. It's so much more detailed. And like in Western astrology, everything is based on the sun. But in Eastern astrology, in our astrology, everything is based on the moon.
Okay.
So it's even more precise because the moon cycles are even shorter, right?
Yeah.
You know, the sun cycle is quite massive.
Yeah.
It's very generic. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really interesting.
I mean, it's pretty interesting to know how these things work.
Work, yeah.
Because I've never personally had any experiences, nor have I sat down to look into it.
Yeah,
I
for
won't say
sure.
I won't believe in it because I've never sat down to look into it. I've never given it that space, that importance,
no,
that
for
option.
sure. But that's the thing, right? Like modern world has
Yeah.
us convinced that what we touch, see, feel and eat from our 5 senses is what is important.
Yeah.
But that's actually
just the
completely
base.
inverted. It's
Yeah.
totally inverted. Because everything starts from within, you know? Like, we're all like a cosmic ocean in ourselves. Truly. You know that thing that we see, like that video where like somebody zooms into a DNA strand and it's like exactly looks like a galaxy.
Yeah.
That is so real. Like the story about Krishna in Hinduism where he opened his mouth and you could see a
See the
galaxy
world, yeah.
inside him. So what was this trying to teach us? That all of us are him.
Yeah.
And all of us have that essence, like that God energy, that divine, you know, that primordial substance in us. But it's just on us, on how we actually take the time to disconnect from every single distraction. Because, you know, that's the thing, like, life,
Yeah.
it's a video game. It really is. Like, our universe is actually a simulation. It's like a round you need to pass. It's like a level
Yeah.
you need to pass, you know, to get to the next level of like your energetic evolution, you know. I believe that for sure.
So
I
you believe that we live in a simulation?
Yeah, 100%. And there are so many things that prove it to me every day. Every time I experience a deja vu,
Yeah.
you know. Don't you get that? Like
I
when
do
you
get it. I
experience a
get quite
deja vu,
often.
yeah, when you feel a deja vu or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, this happens to me sometimes that something will happen to me in real life and I'm like, oh my god, I saw this exact thing happen to me in a dream,
I've experienced that a few times.
right?
Where or it's something similar, like my dream will be along the lines of
Yeah.
something that's about to happen. And it happens and I'm like, wait, I saw something like this in my dream, which is it's quite weird.
And angel numbers.
That I keep seeing, bro.
Angel
But then I
numbers
think
are
I'm
like
just on my
proof.
phone all the time, so that's the reason why I keep seeing them.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, that might be the reason.
Yeah, that's the
But you know,
reason.
when you see it on like a number plate or something
Huh.
like
Then that's
completely
cool because the
random.
thing is you're never paying attention to that.
Yes.
But even on the phone, like in our defense, I'd say, is that you're not paying attention to your time on the phone. Like even right now when I pulled out my phone to read the word that I wanted to ask you, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what's
didn't
the
see what
time, right?
what the time was. You're not consciously paying attention to
Yeah.
it. So I'm guessing like there is something that draws your attention.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
pretty interesting the way all of this works.
So it is definitely a simulation, right? It's like a little video game for sure.
Your-
And there are so many NPCs also,
Yeah,
by
of
the
course.
way. Like you can tell when someone's an NPC.
Yeah, of course. You can tell. I feel, again, I think that's energy.
Yeah.
Like when you see someone, when you meet them, their energy gives you such low
NPC vibes.
NPC
Like,
vibes.
just
Like
gives
you just
nothing.
know. Yeah.
Nothing. You're like dead. Like
And
dead inside.
then it's so crazy to think about it that that person is alive. They have their own world around them.
yeah.
Which is what makes it even crazier. That for that person, there is a world.
Everyone's living in their own little simulation.
Everyone's living in their own world. And that's what like I feel like everyone has their own world.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they just come into each other whenever they are meant to.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you're meant to cross paths with somebody, it will happen.
It
Or
will
if you
happen.
owe someone something, you will repay
Yeah.
them in some way.
See, that's where the karmic part comes in,
Yeah.
right? Like our shit karma from past life is why
Exactly.
we're suffering because we owe the people that we broke.
owe them something
Yeah,
or
we
the
owe
other.
them for sure. We owe them.
Yeah, 'cause
we
I-
owe them suffering.
Yeah.
So that's why we're suffering. I think.
I think now it's in
They're
that-
like,
in
even
that
the odds,
category.
you know.
Yeah.
Even the playing field, as they say. Yeah.
No, because it's quite funny because I'd gone to Indore for a gig and I've never been to the city.
Okay.
And there was only one shop that I went to buy like Coke. So then we bought from there, came back out. And then when we were passing by, again, I just went to that same place
To buy.
only to buy some water or Coke or something. And then I was just like, it's so random.
Then
like,
why
why
only
would it be only
this
that person? Why would it only be this
place?
place?
Yes.
Like, probably I owed that guy like $100 from somewhere else and I had to just pay him off now.
You know what?
It's-
Now you're getting it. See?
Yeah.
You're
No, I've
actually
always
getting
got it. I've always thought of it because
Yeah.
I have never in my life thought of Indore as a place
A
I'd
place
go
you'd
to.
go to. Yeah, right?
But then I'm there. And then when I'm there, I'm going to this particular space, meeting this particular man. It's
Insane.
quite funny, I feel, the way life works, you know, everything
Destiny.
intertwines.
Yeah.
You like traveling, right? I think.
Yeah, I love traveling.
And where all have you been?
Honestly, not too many places.
Mhm.
Like, this was the year I finally thought that, I'm going to go out and I'm going to
Okay.
go to places.
Mm.
But my favorite place to go is definitely Thailand.
Okay.
It's like my go-to. It's just such a vibe.
How
The
many?
people
You've been
are
there a
just-
few times or like once?
A couple
Okay.
of times. I go there every chance I get. It's
Mhm.
just, people are just so happy.
Yeah.
I just feel like something's in the air. Like, people are just happy. It
I'm
might be
guessing it's all the alcohol and.
I was going to say it might be the legal weed.
Yeah, maybe that as well. I
But
forgot
for
it's
sure.
legalized over there.
Yeah, it's legalized and people are just such a good vibe and you can just like have the deepest conversations
Mhm.
with the most random people and things like that. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing I don't appreciate about India. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like I can just go up to someone and just have a conversation with them here.
It's slightly difficult.
Yeah.
I feel people are more reserved over here.
yeah.
Like, obviously.
In fact, honestly, I'm the most reserved over here,
Yeah.
frankly speaking. Like I'm so on guard.
Yeah.
It's different when you're in your own
It's
country. I
quite-
think.
I don't know. I won't say. I've seen how difficult it is for women to be safe.
Exactly.
And I've experienced it firsthand where, like, let's say I'm with a girl or I'm with a female friend. I can see men around, like, just staring.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's-
the worst.
So, I get a little defensive,
Protective, yeah.
protective.
On guard.
And then
Sure.
I realize how difficult it is for girls in general.
One of my favorite things to do in Thailand, it's hot as fuck in the summers there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just walk around in a bikini and no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one even looks at you. Here, it might be the blonde hair or I don't know what it is, but if I'm walking the street, like even in like normal like joggers and a t-shirt, people will be like staring.
I'm
Staring
guessing
at
it's the
me.
blonde look for you.
Yeah, for sure it's the blonde
Because
look.
even when I first saw you, I didn't think you're Indian. Like, my
Yeah, I
first
get that a lot though, to
my
be fair.
first impression is that you may not be an Indian person. And then after I saw the name, I'm like, Akanksha.
Yeah.
First, I tried breaking it down. I thought there's like some white name over there. Then I read it again and then I was like, okay, it's Akanksha.
Oh my gosh. No, I get it. But looks can be so deceptive.
Exactly.
Because anybody who will meet me in a social setting, they'll never think that, I am so spiritual and I am
Yeah.
so like grounded. I would like to say, I would like to think of myself as grounded,
Yeah.
But
What do
yeah.
you get more often? Like, if someone has to guess your profession?
I mean, like it's like influencer or like
A model.
Yeah. I didn't want
Yeah.
to say that myself
Come on,
because
it's
that's so
okay.
corny.
No, it's fine.
But
You do model though.
Yeah, like a little bit here and there, but yeah. Nothing close to like what some of my friends are up to. Like
Yeah.
my friend Subiksha, she's like absolutely killing it always. I open my Instagram and there's like some fire post by her
Yeah.
every single time.
Subiksha has also been on this
yeah,
show. Yeah,
I know. I've seen.
Yeah, shout out Subiksha.
I
She-
saw that little clip where you asked her what's the kinkiest thing you've done.
Yeah, that was too funny, bro.
That
Like,
was hilarious.
Yeah.
So how did you get started on like a podcast? Like how did you decide that you want to do this?
so basically, Amin, my friend, he started Untriggered.
Okay.
And he did this around 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been going on since. Then last year we made the switch. We said, let's go all into this and
Right.
let's move out of Pune. Because Pune, it's very limited.
Yeah, you
It's-
can't meet so many people there.
Exactly. And
interview them.
if you want to do something in like media or entertainment, Pune is not the space.
Yeah, it's not the space. For
It's
sure.
definitely not the space. You want to do IT, stay there. Like,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful space.
But
it's a very
how do you
nice
like
city.
Bombay? What do you think of it?
I like the space quite a lot.
Yeah.
I barely leave the house. Like, we are generally at home only most of the times.
Yeah.
But how much ever I do, like,
Yeah, but
I
I'm
love
the
it.
same, honestly. And
Yeah.
I've been like born and raised here, so I'm so jaded, honestly. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to work and study here, I don't want to like party and all. Like, I don't
I
wanna,
feel like, yeah,
I
this-
want to network.
Yeah, this place
Like, I
is
don't wanna
meant for
party.
networking.
Yeah, I don't want to party and like waste my time and go to like
Clubs. I don't like that place at all.
Same.
It gives a very
Icky
dark vibe. It's
exactly.
a very dark vibe.
I was like, have I stepped into the Kandivali train station or
It's
what is
very
it?
bad.
And everyone's like either 16 or 60.
Oh, yeah. And it's just like everyone's trying to put on a face.
Yes.
Everyone's like, bro, my
that's
wallet
the thing
is heavier
I
than
hate
yours.
about Bombay the most.
That's
I
true.
have such a hard time even like finding new friends or like connecting with people like that because everyone is so busy trying to look cool
Yeah.
that they forget to look like themselves.
That happens. Most of the times people are quite lonely for that reason.
Yeah.
Especially in like a field like entertainment sector where you have to look your best, you have to be top of your game.
And do you know what? Have you ever had this thing when you meet someone at a party and they only speak in brain rot?
Yeah.
Like they'll only speak in like
I
the
turn off
Instagram
after that.
language. Like the Instagram
Yeah.
language and like
You just stop listening after
Yeah.
that. And what I do is I just like switch off and then I only pick keywords that they're speaking.
yeah, same.
So
I feel
then
like I
whatever
defo zoned
keyword they
out.
speak, and if I have to keep the conversation going, then I'll pick one keyword and I'll take it to the next
My
topic.
thing is, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, after a while,
Damn, that's crazy.
How many damn that's crazy will you give them, bro? Like it's
My best
They don't
friends,
get it.
they've like caught on to it because even in general, because of my ADHD,
Yeah.
I'll zone out in conversations. They'll be like, "Yeah, damn, that's crazy. We get it.
Yeah.
You're not listening anymore. Got it."
no, that's how it is though. Most of the
Yeah.
times with all of us, we just tend to zone out in conversations. I feel it depends on the person you're having the
Having the
conversation
convo
with.
with, for
If they
sure.
can maintain eye contact, if they can hold a conversation, that's fun.
Yeah. And you have to come out of conversation learning something new.
Yeah.
Or having a good laugh. Or like having some like...
There has to be some takeaway.
It has to be like something like, I don't know, something interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't, like because I'm born in this city, I just feel like I don't meet new people anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I just meet, even if I meet new people, I just meet like versions of the same person.
Yeah,
on some level.
I get it.
You know?
Everyone is a version of the same thing.
Yeah. Like on some level.
Yeah.
Like that's where the NPC part comes in, I think. Like I'm
It's
like,
true, no one
I need
has-
too many NPCs this month.
Yeah, They don't have that originality.
Yeah.
They don't have that character, and that's what.
I'd rather have a conversation with someone that I vehemently
Mm-hmm.
disagree with.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. As long as they
'Cause-
truly believe and they
Yeah.
know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Not like they're just faffing in the air,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I like when people have like contradictory ideas.
Yeah.
Because obviously that shows you a new perspective, and it
Exactly.
opens up your mind. And sometimes halfway down the line you're like, fuck, bro, I'm so wrong. But then you
Right?
have to stick
But
to
you're
character.
dying on that hill,
And then you
for
just gotta
sure.
like keep fighting and be like, no, bro, I can't. I cannot back down now. Even though I know
100%.
I'm wrong.
Insane.
It happens. It happens sometimes. I won't say often, because then
Yeah.
I'll just sound like I'm always wrong. But yeah, that happens sometimes. But this was so much fun, Akanksha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing
for
it.
having me. Honestly.
Yes, we'll chill after this. But thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, this was actually
a lot of fun.
pretty chill and pretty chilled out, honestly.
Yeah. Did you
I was,
forget the
like,
cameras are
nervous.
rolling?
Yeah. Eventually I did. Honestly, I eventually
Mhm.
did. I was like shitting bricks a little bit. I was
know.
so
I saw you
nervous.
when you came in.
Yeah, I was like not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's exactly how people must really feel, huh? When they walk
Approaching
into a
you?
tarot reading.
100%.
Like, fully blindsided. You
Yeah.
don't know what the person's going to say. You don't know what's
Exactly.
going to happen. That's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt today.
Yeah,
But it was fun. It was interesting.
yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And before we leave, like, what's your new studio space gonna be called?
Primordial Waters.
Yes, please go check it out. Anyone in Mumbai.
Yeah, please come
I mean,
through.
This is too accurate, bro. I'm not even making it up. It is very accurate. Might cut some parts out though, just for fun.
Yeah.
But yes, go
For
check out
sure.
whatever Akanksha does. Your
Thank
username
you.
is Akanksha loves
Loves you. Yep, that's right.
Even if she doesn't love you, she loves you now.
Yeah.
So go check her out. It's a lot. Her work is there, and yeah, once you open your space,
You are definitely coming.
I'm definitely
sending you
coming
the
for sure,
invite,
100%,
For sure.
and I'll make sure that
We'll
everyone
do a-
knows about it and everyone comes there.
Oh, thank you.
This was too much fun,
That's
Akanksha.
sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.